Hi everyone, welcome to Simplilearn's YouTube channel. In today's session, we will be learning Power BI. Imagine having hundreds and thousands of rows of complex data and very little time to extract insights. Imagine a tool that helps you break this down into simple steps and help you not just extracting just the insights, but also help you with data visualization with interactive and responsive real-time dashboards with visualizations that help you explain the insights visually. Yes, you guessed it right. Today, we are going to discuss about one of such tools, and that is Power BI. That said, if these are the type of videos you'd like to watch, then hit that like and subscribe buttons along with the bell so that you get notified whenever we host. Also, just that you know, if you want to upskill yourself and master data science and data analytics skills to land in your dream job or grow in your career, then you must explore Simplilearn's cohort of various data science and data analytics programs. Simplilearn offers a wide variety of masters, certifications, and postgraduate programs in collaboration with world-leading universities like Purdue, IIT Guwahati, and many more. Through our courses, you will gain knowledge and work-ready expertise in skills like Python, Tableau, Power BI, generative AI, and over a dozen others. That's not all. You also get the opportunity to work on multiple projects led by industry experts working in top-tier data and product companies. After completing these courses, thousands of learners have transitioned into a data science or data analyst role as a fresher or moved on to a higher-paying job and profile. If you are interested in taking your first step in building a successful career in data science and data analytics, then you must explore Simplilearn's cohort of various data science and data analytics programs. So the link to those courses is in the pinned comment and description box below. Go check the link and find the program that fits your experience and areas of interest. Now, without further delay, let's get started with the agenda for today's session. So we will get started with a quick introduction to Power BI, and followed by that, we will understand Power BI interface and overview of connecting data from different sources to Power BI platforms. Then we will explore data modeling in Power BI, creating visualizations using Power BI, DAX, and then publishing the datasets and reports, and Power BI service essentials, Power BI tips and best practices. And lastly, we will have a final project to test our learnings through this session. I hope I made myself clear with the agenda. Now, let's get started. So, let's get started with the first module in our Power BI tutorial. So, in this module, we will explore what Power BI is and its key components. By the end, you will know how to install and set up Power BI on your desktop and have hands-on practice. So, what is Power BI? Power BI is Microsoft Business Intelligence and data visualization tool. It allows you to connect to multiple data sources, clean and model data, and create interactive dashboards and reports. Whether you're a technical user like a data analyst or a data engineer or a business manager looking for insights, Power BI bridges the gap between the raw data and actionable insights. Think of it this way. Imagine you're running a retail store. Your sales data is in Excel, your website data is in Google, and your inventory is managed by a SQL database. Power BI brings all these sources together into a single dashboard, letting you track all the sales trends, spot top-selling products, and monitor stock levels in real time. So that's about Power BI. And now let's go through the key components of Power BI. Power BI isn't just one tool, it's an entire ecosystem. The main components include Power BI Desktop, the Windows application for designing reports and dashboards. Power BI Service is the next one, which is actually a cloud platform for sharing and collaborating on reports. Now, the third one is Power BI Mobile. As the name speaks for itself, accessing reports, dashboards on Android devices and iOS devices is made easy by Power BI Mobile. Now, the next one is Power BI Gateway, which securely connects your on-premise data to the cloud. Power BI Report is the next one. So, this is a server which is ideal for organizations that prefer hosting reports on premises. And inside Power BI, Power Query and Power Pivot handle data transformations and modelings. Now, these were the few key components of Power BI. Now, let's proceed to the installation and setup of Power BI. So, to get started, go to the Power BI official website for download page. Now, download the installer, run, accept the terms and conditions, and complete the installation. So you can see the links on the description box below and also some visuals on my screen, which will show you the entire process in a minimalistic way. Now that you have installed, open Power BI Desktop and sign in with your Microsoft account. Make sure your systems meet the requirements So the basic system requirements are you need to have an operating system on Windows 10 or above. And if you're not having a Windows one, you can go with Linux like Apple or anyone. Fedora, Ubuntu, anything will work. And you'll have to have at least 4 GB of RAM, and you need to have .NET Framework support, 4.7 version or later. And for a quick hands-on demo, open Power BI Desktop, explore to the home ribbon and try out connecting to sample data. Look for sources like Excel or website or anything. Save from your first empty project, confirm the environment is ready, and then we are done with the module 1 here. Now that we have a good understanding of the basics of Power BI, let's shift our focus to the module 2, where we will be exploring the Power BI desktop interface, and by the end, you will know exactly where everything and how to navigate like a pro. Starting with a ribbon. So on the top menu bar, at the top, you will have the ribbon. Think of it like your command center, the home tab that helps you connect with data, manage queries, publish reports, and also you can insert where you want to add visuals, text boxes, images, or buttons, and KPIs and KRs and everything, right? The data modeling lets you create measures and calculated fields. And measures and calculated fields are nothing but the customized formulas that you want to work on your dataset. And now the View tab. So the View tab, the name speaks for itself. You can customize your themes, grid lines, and display options in one click. Now comes the panes. On the right side panes, on the right side, you'll find two different panes. First, the Fields pane. This shows you your table, fields, and drag and drop options into the visuals. Now comes the Visuals pane, and it will help you pick up charts, format them, add slices. And don't forget the filters. Page level filters, report level filters, or even visual level filters, which will give you full control over the data shows. Your report view or your dashboard canvas is where you add designs to your dashboard, add charts, maps, KPIs, and slices. This is your complete canvas where you turn your data into insights. Now comes the data view. Data view is where you inspect your data. Data view shows you the raw tables after loading. You use it to check your data transformation, measures, everything is clean before you get started with data visualization. Now comes the model view. Model view is where you manage your relationships. In every model view, you can see relationships between multiple tables. So sometimes your data will be scattered. Users data table in some place, sales data table in some place, and a different data table which are totally interconnected. So model view is the one, or the data view is the one where you get all the access to all the tables and you can connect them in form of relationships. So data pane will help you with that. And the model view is perfect for star schemas and accurate data modeling. Now, navigation essentials. Some quick tips. Zoom in and zoom out your canvas for precision. Drag fields from Fields pane into visuals. Right-click on fields to create measures or calculated columns quickly. Key settings for beginners. Beginner-friendly settings. Change your report theme light to dark or dark to light based on your requirements. You can also add the company's background, and you can adjust the page size for mobile dashboards, snap visuals to grid for neat alignment, and always save your projects as .pbix files. Now that was model 2. Now you know desktop interface inside out. Next, we will connect data sources and start transforming your data analysis. Now comes the module 3, which is about connecting data sources to your Power BI platforms. So in this module, here we will learn how to connect Power BI to different data sources. Connecting data is the first step to building meaningful reports and dashboards. Power BI data sources. So the overview is about the Power BI desktop supports a wide range of data connections. You can connect simple Excel files or CSV files to XML files, databases, online sources, including data servers, Azure, AWS, and a lot more. Other sources such as web APIs, SharePoints, lists, and everything can be connected to the Power BI platform. Now, let's discuss about the import mode. The data is brought onto the Power BI platform and stored inside Power BI platform in the form of .pbix file. This mode offers fast performance and full Power BI functionality. It's best suited for small to medium datasets. Now the next one is data query mode. Data query runs queries live against source database. This is useful for large datasets or real-time analysis. Keep in mind, performance depends on the database, and some Power BI features are limited. Now comes the live connection part. Live connection is similar to data query, but it is used for analysis services. No data is imported, all modeling and calculations happen at the source level. Now comes the load directly option. Load directly lets you connect or quickly import data onto the Power BI platform for reporting. It's fast and simple, but offers less flexibility for transformations. Now comes the data transformation and data load part. Transform data and load opens Power BI Query Editor. This is where you can clean data and prepare your data by removing unnecessary rows, fixing errors, or shaping data before loading it onto the Power BI platform. So that's all for the module 3. You now understand the main ways to connect the data in Power BI. In the next module, we will dive into transforming data using Power Query. So your datasets are clean and ready for analysis. So the module 4, data transformation with Power Query. In this module, we will dive into Power Query Editor and learn how to shape, how to clean and transform the data so that it is ready for analysis, and then you can load it directly onto Power BI. So a quick introduction to Power Query Editor. So Power Query Editor is a powerful tool inside Power BI Desktop. It lets you prepare your data before loading it into reports. Think of it as your workspace for cleaning and shaping raw datasets. Cleaning and shaping data first lets you cover the basics of cleaning and shaping, such as removing duplicates, eliminating repeated records, removing unnecessary errors, filtering out invalid or problematic data entries, and changing the data types. For example, let's say you want to convert text into data type numbers like integer or float, or you want to rename some columns so that your headers make meaningful information. It is easy to understand. Now comes the filtering rows part, where you can include or exclude specific data ranges for accurate reporting. Applied steps and queries. Power Query records each action you take as an applied step, so you can track back and modify transformations at any time. You can also manage queries, each representing a dataset or a table you're working on. Now comes the column operations part, where you can split an existing column or filter the data entries of a column. You can either replace a column or merge two columns together. Power Query offers multiple operations to shape your data. Split a column can divide the column by a delimiter, like separating first names and last names, and filtering rows can exclude or include rows based on a specific condition, and replacing values like fix incorrect or inconsistent values with a same value or a null value, right? And merging queries involves combining two different datasets based on a common column, like a primary key. Append queries is the next step, where you stack up multiple tables into one single dataset, creating custom columns where you can add or customize your columns based on a mathematical formula to generate new fields using a simple mathematical formula. The syntax is simple, just like Excel. For example, let's try to create a column called profit, and the formula is profit is equals to sales minus cost. This allows you to calculate values dynamically across your dataset. And that wraps up the module 4. You now have the knowledge to clean your dataset, shape, transform data using Power Query. In the next module, we'll explore building visuals and interactive dashboards to bring your insights to life. So the module 5 is about data modeling in Power BI. So we will explore data modeling in Power BI, which is the backbone of any data analytics project. A solid data model ensures your reports are accurate and efficient. Understanding tables, relationships, and keys is very important. A data model consists of tables, keys, and relationships. Tables stores your data into rows and columns. Keys are unique identifiers to connect that particular data table. For example, primary keys in SQL. Relationships define how two or multiple tables are related to each other. To create relationships in Power BI Desktop, go to the model view or data table view, drag the field from one table to the matching field of another table, and Power BI automatically creates a relationship between them. So now comes the question, what are the different types of relationships that you can discuss or cover in Power BI? So there are several types of relationships, but in Power BI, we have specifically 4: one-to-many, one-to-one, many-to-one, and many-to-many. Let's discuss each one of them in detail. So first, one-to-many. One record in a table is related to multiple records in a different table. The second one is simple, one-to-one, which means one record relates exactly to one record in the different table. So now comes the third one, which is completely similar but opposite to the first type, many-to-one. So similar types of entries or many entries in one table are related to one entry in the other table. Now the last one, which is many to many. Multiple records from both the tables are related to each other. And now comes the data modeling schemas. You can structure your data using schemas. Star schema, which is most popular one, it is a central fact table connection between multiple dimension tables. This is ideal for reporting and analysis. And the next type is snowflake schema, a more normalized version where dimension tables are connected to other tables, forming an hierarchy. Now we can move on to the DAX. So we'll have a quick introduction to data analysis expressions in Power BI. So in simple terms, DAX can be defined as formula language for calculations and measures. So some basic DAX functions include sum, calculated total sales for any column, and average to find the average revenue or average sum or average number of products sold, and count speaks for itself to count the total number of records in a table. And next comes the calculate function, where you can apply this to filter dynamically and perform context-aware calculations. So this is the module 5. You now understand tables, relationships, schemas, and basics of data analysis expressions. In the next module, we will explore creating visuals and interactive dashboards to bring your data model to life. Now, the 6th module, which is about creating visualizations. So in this particular model, we will explore creating visualizations in Power BI. Visualizations help you transform data into insights that are easy to understand and share. So the types of visualizations available in Power BI are a wide variety of visuals like charts, bar graphs, line, area chart, map charts, pie, donut, and a combination of both, right? Perfect trend analysis and comparisons can be done through visualizations. Tables and matrices for detailed, tabular views for your data, maps such as filled maps and bubble maps for geographical analysis, KPI cards to highlight single values or performance indicators. Custom visuals are also available for app source for more advanced or specialized needs. Common functions for visuals. Building visuals are simple. Just drag the fields from the fields pane onto the report canvas and change the visual type using the visualizations pane. Add measures or dimensions to create comparisons. For example, a sales by region bar instantly shows how regions are performing. Common formatting options to make visuals appealing and consistent. So you can use visual level formatting, adjust colors, labels, and styles. You can apply a color palette aligned with your brand or report theme. You can also use focus mode to zoom in and analyze one visual in detail. Custom visual interactions. So Power BI also supports interactive reports where you can cross-filter, cross-highlight, and these let you highlight and interact with each other. You can also apply filters across multiple report pages for consistent analysis. You can also use drill through and drill down to explore data hierarchies. You can capture specific visual states to tell a story with your data. This wraps up the module 6. Now, you know how to create, format, and interact with your visuals in Power BI. In the next module, we will dive into building interactive dashboards and combine multiple visuals for actionable insights. Now comes the module 7, which is about the data analysis expressions, or DAX for short. So here, we will have a powerful formula language in Power BI. DAX will help you perform calculations, create specific KPIs, and build dynamic measurements for deeper insights. Now, DAX allows you to define calculations and perform data analysis beyond basic aggregations. Understanding row context, filter context, and evaluation context is the key. Now, row context evaluates expressions for each individual row. Filter context applies filters from visuals to your calculations. Evaluation context is a combination of both row and filter context, determining how results are calculated. Common DAX functions. So some of the most frequently used DAX functions include aggregation functions. So you can already guess some common aggregate functions you use on a daily basis, like sum function, average, and count. You can also use logical functions such as if condition, switch condition, and condition, or condition. Filter functions like filter and calculate, which will help you control what data your calculations should include and should not. Time intelligence functions, which we will explore next, make date-based calculations easy. Time intelligent functions allow you to analyze trends over time. Common time functions include total YTD, which stands for total for year, total QTD, which stands for quarter, and total MTD for month-based data. Same period last year is also one of the functions. This compares metrics to the same period last year. You also have date add, which shifts dates forward or backward. You also have parallel period, which helps you analyze parallel periods for comparison. Creating KPIs and dynamic measures is your next part. KPIs and dynamic measures help you track performance effectively. Some of the common steps included are: you need to define a base measure like total sales, then define a target measure like total sales target, and define variance measure to see the difference, and insert a KPI visual in your Power BI dashboard to display results dynamically. Now, let's go through some best practices that you need to follow for DAX to work efficiently in your dashboard. So, you need to use measures instead of calculated columns wherever possible. The second one, organize DAX measurements in dedicated tables. Third one, keep your formulas simpler and modular. And the fourth one, always validate calculations using a sample dataset to ensure accuracy. So that's it for the module 7. You now have a solid understanding of DAX, including key functions, time intelligence functions, and creating KPIs. In the next module, we will combine these skills and build advanced interactive dashboards in Power BI. So here's a quick introduction to module 8, Interactivity and Drill-downs in Power BI. So, interactivity and drill-downs in Power BI are designed to be concise, engaging, and learner-friendly. So, welcome to this module. Here we will be exploring how to add interactivity to your Power BI reports. Interactivity helps users explore data dynamically and gain insights effortlessly. Drill down and drill through features where Power BI allows you to make it easy for exploring data hierarchies. Drill down lets you go deeper with a visual like seeing sales by product within a specific region. Drill through allows you to navigate to a focused report page based on a selected value. Next comes the sync slicers. You can use sync slicers across multiple pages to maintain consistency. For example, selecting a specific region slicer on one page automatically filters visuals on all the other pages as well. Bookmarks is the next concept. Bookmark helps you capture the current state of a report. They are great for storytelling and highlighting specific insights. For example, create a before versus after view to compare data changes over time. Bookmarks can also be linked to buttons for smooth navigation. Buttons is the next concept. Buttons allow you to add a clickable navigation within your report. You can combine buttons with bookmarks to create interactive dashboard. For example, consider adding a button for sales by region, and that button takes the user directly to the report page. Now, let's discuss the best practices to make your interactive reports user-friendly. First one, avoid clutter by limiting slicers to key filters only. Provide a clear navigation using bookmarks or buttons as we discussed before, and you can also enable drill downs where data has hierarchy. You can use consistent slices across pages like region filter, etc. You can test reports as an end user to ensure smooth interactivity. So that's about the module 8. You'll know now how to make your reports interactive using drill downs, drill throughs, slicers, bookmarks, and buttons. In the next module, we will focus on optimizing and publishing reports so your insights reach the right audience effectively. So now we are in module 9. Here, we will learn how to publish and share your reports of your Power BI so that your insights reach the right audience. Publishing the Power BI service. Publishing reports to Power BI service makes them accessible online. Here's how. Click on the Publish button in Power BI desktop. Sign into your Power BI account. Select the workspace. By default, you will have My Workspace as the name. You can also customize it or name after your report. And once published, your report is live and ready to be shared or added to dashboards. Creating and managing dashboards is the next step. So in Power BI service, you can create dashboards that combine visuals from multiple reports. You can also pin the visuals from different reports onto a single dashboard, arrange titles like charts, KPI, and add images to create a clear layout. You can also add live titles which update automatically when the data refreshes. Sharing reports with others is our next topic. Sharing is simple. You can use the share button to send reports or dashboards to your colleagues. You can control permissions, allowing users to view or interact with the reports. And you can also keep the shared dashboards interactive so the recipients can filter, drill down, or explore the data themselves. So that's about the module 9. You now know how to publish reports to Power BI service, build dashboards, and share them with your team. In the next module, we will be exploring optimizing reports and applying best practices to deliver professional quality analytics. So here comes the module 10, where we will explore the Power BI Service Essentials. So here we'll explore Power BI Service Essentials, the web-based platform where you can view, interact with, and manage reports and dashboards online live. Navigating the Power BI web interface, so that's the first part. Power BI Service has several key areas. For example, Home. You can access recent reports, dashboards, and apps. Next is Workspace, where you can collaborate areas where teams can develop and manage reports. Datasets and data flows are the third one, where you can manage your data sources and transformations. Reports and dashboards are the next one, where you can view, interact, and share insights with others. And then you have apps. So apps are nothing but packaged dashboards and reports which are ready for consumption for the users. Next, we have scheduled data refreshes. This helps you keeping your data up to date and it is critical. Power BI supports two different types of refreshes. The first one is full refresh. It reloads the entire dataset. Next is incremental refresh. It only updates newly or changed datasets only. It saves you time and resources. Managing datasets and gateways is our next concept. To connect Power BI service with an on-premise data, you can only do it via gateways. Personal gateway is ideal for single user scenarios, and on-premise data gateway is used in enterprises to connect multiple users to local databases securely. Now comes the important part, RLS or row level security. So Power BI lets you control data access using row level security. So some of the steps that you need to follow to enable RLS in your Power BI desktop are as follows. You need to define roles in Power BI desktop using DAX expressions. Next, you need to assign users to their specific roles in Power BI service. Publish the report with access controls to ensure users see only the data they are allowed to. That's it for the module 10. You now know how to navigate Power BI service, manage datasets and gateways, schedule refreshes, and implement row-level security. In the next module, we will focus on optimizing reports and advanced Power BI techniques to deliver professional analytics. So here comes the module 11, which discusses about the Power BI tips and best practices to follow. So we will cover some essential tips and best practices to make Power BI reports professional, efficient, and user-friendly. So the first one, keep reports simple and focused. Focused on what's important. Avoid clutter and include only the key visuals and insights that matter to your audience. Simplicity ensures clarity. Second one is optimizing performance. Large datasets and complex calculations can slow reports. Use import mode wisely. Limit unnecessary visuals and optimize DAX formulas to keep reports fast and responsive. Now, the third one. Use consistent naming conventions. Maintain clear and consistent names for tables, columns, and measures. This makes reports easier to understand and maintain, especially when working in teams. Now, the fourth step, leverage slicers and filters wisely. Filters and slicers help users to explore data dynamically, but don't overuse them. Focus on key dimensions like region, product, or time to guide insights effectively and efficiently. Now, the fifth and the last one, document your version and your work. Keep a record of your report structure, data sources, and all the transformations. Version your reports regularly to track changes and make collaborations smoother. These tips will help you create clean, efficient, and professional Power BI reports. Apply them consistently to improve usability, performance, and overall impact. Now, we will move on to the demonstration module. Here, we will take everything we have learned so far and apply it in a hands-on Power BI scenario. You'll see how to connect data, transform it, model it, create visuals, and publish a complete report. So, finally, we are in the module 12. Now we will be using Power BI to design our own dashboard. Now you can see on my screen we have a sample dataset which is related to sales. Now we have 5 different years, sales from 2021, 2, 3, 4 and the current year 25, right? And we will be relating this particular dataset in the form of Power Query so that even if you add a future dataset to the file, you can automatically have an interactive data dashboard which will show you the updated report. So that's our approach right now. So let's explore the dataset first. So we will be having the order ID, order date, delivery date, order status, and customer related information, first name, last name, their location, and also the product details and the category and subcategory, the quantity details, and the website related data as well. What's the traffic, lead numbers, orders, and the product pricing, revenue, and the profit made. So this is related to 2021, and similarly, we'll have 2022, 3, 4, and 5, and future data as well. Now that we have a complete briefing of our dataset, let's go to the Power BI platform. So this is the folder where we will be adding our data. So these are the 2022, 23, 4, and 5. So now we are on the Power BI platform. Let's open a blank report. So this is how a simple interface of Power BI looks like. You have a home button, and here you can import all the data from different sources, whether if it is a simple Excel workbook or a folder like we are approaching right now, or an Oracle database or a cloud storage, anything, right? Now we are supposed to be exporting data from a folder where we will be adding all the files. So let's go with the folder option and click on connect. Now it will give you a small window where you can browse the data. So we are saving our data in downloads. So here it is. Select PBI folder and press OK. Now here, press OK once again, and you will be having a data preview. So select this particular row, and then here you have the options of combining data, loading the data directly, or if you find something is wrong with your data, then you can go to the transform data. But now I can see I don't have any data rows or columns available on my data set. So I think I need to go with the data transformation option, which will give me a new window altogether where I can change types and if there are any changes to continue with. So here you can see combine files option, just click on it and it will expand the data set. Give it a moment. There you go. Click on the preview. And you can already see there is a small error related to the order date and delivery date. They were supposed to be in a date format, but instead of that, we are choosing some numerical format. For that, we might have to change something. For now, let's click on OK. So here, select the columns where you want to make some data transformation and then right click, and here you can see change data type. So here it has selected it as a whole number. We don't want the whole number, so we'll go with date. Replace current, and there you go. You got the date format. Also check for other rows as well. Order status should be text. Customer details on everything should be text. And coming to the traffic numbers, here we have quantity, traffic, leads, orders, cost to company, revenue, and profit rate. Everything is a whole number and they are fine. You're good to go now. And now on the top left corner, you can see an option which says close and apply. So you will apply the changes and you'll close it, right? And also make sure that, on the right hand side, you've seen that all the steps you have applied has been recorded. Why were they recorded? So whenever you add a new file to the platform, what it does is it follows the same steps that you have applied right now and changes the data type of upcoming data sets. So that's the best part. You don't have to do it manually once again. Now let's go to the table view. So this is your table view where you can preview the data that you have, and this is the model view. Let's imagine you have multiple sources of data. In this particular aspect, you just have one table, so you don't have to maintain a relationship between multiple data sources. But now we just have one, so we'll just continue with one. So this is the DAX view where you can add your data analysis expressions if you have any. And if you don't have, you're just good to go. Now we'll go back to the report view. And here, we don't have a specific background, right? We can customize that. I've already prepared a dashboard. So for that, you need to go to the visualizations part and format your report page. And here, the third option, canvas background, and add the dashboard that you have prepared. So this is the dashboard that I have prepared. Open it. And here you don't see that right now. So you need to decrease the transparency. And now you can see some images in the background. Now go to the fit option so that it fits to the canvas. And now you're all good to go. Close the visualizations part right now. And come back to this particular page where you can see the data preview. Now let me close this particular one. Okay. So here you can see state, year, month, traffic numbers, lead, orders, revenue, and quantity, and region-wise sales, category-wise sales, subcategory-wise sales, geographical locations, and month-wise performance, and all those things. Now we will add one after the other. So let's go with the state data first. So I'll just drag and drop it onto the section where I want it to be. Now I have that. So open the visualizations part. So by default, Power BI was intelligent enough to identify that this particular data is related to geographical location. So it already created a map type visualization for us, but we don't want that. I want a drop down menu. So what I'll do is go to the visualization part, and here I'll select general, and then I'll switch off the title and header icons and tooltips as well. And I'll change the FX. So first we will change this to a card type data. So we'll be selecting KPI. So we will be changing this to the slicer option, and now go to the visualization part, and here we will select the list to be a drop down type 1, and apart from that, slicer header, we don't want a slicer header here, and we also don't want the background, no fill, no pending icon, border color, I don't want any border, so I'll have it 100% transparent, and the background, I don't want any backgrounds here as well. So I'll also turn off the background, and everything is good to go. So just click on the drop down menu and you can select the states you want. So to save time, what I will do is I'll just copy and paste this particular tile to the year as well. And similarly, I'll paste the same to month. So the only change that we will be applying here is we will change the row or column header we have selected. For month, I'll open the hierarchy of delivery date or order date. And here's the hierarchy. I'll go with the month data type. So we will have all the months here. So when you drop down, I'll go with, there are some changes that are supposed to be done. And we need to unselect the state. So now we'll have all the months data here. There you go. And now select the year data and unselect the state location. And here select the year. There you go. Now you'll just see 2021 available here because we just work with 2021 data. Eventually, we'll just drag and drop all the new data and you'll have all the years here. So far, so good. We have the state related data, month related data, and order related data, and year related data. What we need to have here is traffic, leads, orders, revenue, and quantity. For that, we will add cards. So let me drag and drop traffic numbers first. So I'll just drag and drop the traffic number here. And automatically, Power BI was intelligent enough to choose a bar graph for that. But now we don't want a bar graph. Instead, we want card or KPI related data, which shows the number. There you go. And again, we will change some visualizations here. We don't want the header icon. We don't want any background effects. We just want the number. So I've turned off the background, turned off the border, and you can also make some alignment issues. Center aligned. We don't want the label, and we are all good to go. Now let's close the visualizations here. Now let us fit the data into the section where we want it. So here is it. Now in the similar way, let's copy the visualization and paste it on lead numbers and order numbers, revenue, and lastly the quantity. There you go. Just like we did with the previous section, we need to change the data selection here. Instead of traffic, I'll go with lead numbers. And instead of the traffic here, we will choose order numbers. And instead of traffic here, we will choose the revenue numbers. And same with quantity. So far, we are good with the KPIs and cards. And now we will add region-wise sales, category-wise sales, segment-wise sales, and subcategory-wise sales. Let's go with that. So there is also a shortcut to this. You just need to double click and a prompt window will be open for you. You can just type down what kind of visualization are you looking for and what are the parameters, whether it is measures or calculated fields that you want to insert, you can just provide it. So let's say for region-wise sales, I want a bar graph. So I want a bar graph for region sales. And there you go. we have the bar graph. And if you want to work on the visualizations, you can also do that. You don't want the title, you don't want the header icon, tooltips and effects, you can just turn the background off and you can adjust the size based on your requirements. Similarly, let's go with the category wise sales. Drag and drop the orders here. So we have orders in the x-axis. So now the y-axis, we need to have the category. Just here, just drag and drop onto the y-axis. So similarly, let's also do the segment-wise sales. So all you need to do is to drag and drop the subcategory or segments that we are working with. And I want to have a donut chart here. And lastly, the subcategory sales. Now we'll have geographic locations, state, and orders. Now month-on-month performance, we will add it here and this. Now I want the line graph for this and I'll change the effects in the same way. There you go. So a fully functional dashboard is ready for us now. Now, if I select a dedicated state like this one, I'll have an interactive dashboard ready for it, right? So let's unselect this and select all. Now we had a simple query. Why only one dataset? Now, if I go back to my folder and drag and drop all these files into the location and save it, and here if I refresh the dataset by clicking this button, refresh, Power BI will automatically load all the related data and we will have the dashboard ready, right? And here if I select the years from drop down, I will have all the years 2021, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now if I select the latest year, it will give me the latest report, a completely interactive dashboard just like we imagined. And if we have another year in the upcoming or the future years like 26, 27 beyond, all you want to do is just download the data from your source and add it to the folder which is related to this particular dashboard, and you'll have a completely interactive dashboard ready to use. And with that, we have come to an end of the session on Power BI tutorial for beginners. Should you have any queries, or if you require the dataset and any other resources used in the session, then please feel free to let us know in the comment section below, and our team of experts will be happy to assist you at the earliest. Until next time, thank you for watching and stay tuned for more from Simplilearn.